Welcome back, folks, to the internet. The place where we are at. You've never actually seen us in real life.
Nope, never.
We have for us Sleepy Dude Brandon 666, Trevor, Spencer, and special guest. You.
Mr. King.
Special guest me. Yep.
Special guest him.
Okay.
Mr. John King. And this game, none of us can play it because there's a lot of gore on it.
Yeah, I'm going home.
But you might all be familiar with it. Little bit of. Ready? Easier normal.
Normal.
Evil 2.
Whoa!
So, I'm gonna skip the cutscenes. No, wait, do we want to watch? No, we have to watch it, because the guy's a maniac.
Yes.
Why do you bite me? Yeah, we have to watch it. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a dark day in Raccoon City. Remember when there wasn't
Batman?
5 movies? Look at this. This is a scene from Resident Evil 1. That's fan service right there.
This actually reminds me of one specific thing I want to say to Brandon. Shamrock Shakes are good.
Shamrock Shakes are awesome.
Brandon's opinion that Shamrock Shakes are bad, I want to kill him.
I just destroyed a large one.
They're awful.
Destroyed it.
They're not good.
And John thinks they're good too. So.
Yeah,
My
you're entitled to your
opinion is-
opinion, dude, but your opinion's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm the 1%, guys.
But it tastes like toothpaste. Okay. Look at this.
99%'s trying to
Trevor
bring
gave
me
this to me
down.
like a minute ago. It's gone. It's gone.
I'm the 1%. The
Remember that time when
99%
you were
trying to
like,
bring me
give me
down.
gummy bears? And I was like, okay.
I wanted something sweet, but then you're going to McDonald's, and I was like, give me a Shamrock Shake. This is telling the backstory of Resident Evil 1. Let me tell you the backstory of Resident Evil 1. They were in a mansion, things happened, the T-Virus got out,
Zombies.
and Wesker's a bad guy. Was that pretty much
Umbrella.
it?
Yeah.
Umbrella's a thing, and they're bad people, and they experiment on things. And Claire is a BA with a heart of gold.
A Bachelor of the Arts?
Bachelor of the Arts with a heart of gold.
Oh,
Her
okay.
pixels are.
I have one thing to say. It's, guy's a maniac. Why he bite me? That's all I have to say to that. I watched this scene more than any from so many times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Got that.
Actual fan.
She's
service.
finally here. No, actual fan service is like her being in every game since then.
Oh.
Somehow. Or mentioning in. Resident Evil 5. Where's Claire? Claire's cool. Hold on, you ready for it? Shut up. You seriously have to shut up. Why'd he bite me? Why'd he bite me? So there's a good backstory on here. It's the Texaco, not the Texaco, the Texaco, so they would not get... I'm surprised they still don't get sued.
Yeah.
This looks like a cool diner, I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe.
It's also really weird in the sequels how Claire, like in Code Veronica, she like runs away from a helicopter that's shooting from her. Like she's a superhuman, like, I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah, in Resident Evil 2...
In this game, she's just like a human.
I think the thing that's so cool... Resident Evil 2 is not my favorite. I do prefer maybe 3 or 4 of them over it, but it's still a great game.
Guys, I'm scared.
But the thing that's really cool is that Claire literally does not know what's going on, like barely ever used a gun, and Leon's a rookie cop.
First day on the job.
Oh!
First day on the job. Hey Trevor, I have one thing to say to you. wait
I'm
for
ready.
it. Wait for
I'm
it.
ready.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Wait, don't.
Get down!
I wish you could kill a zombie in one bullet.
You know, that'd be great, because even if you shoot it straight in the head, it certainly... Even in, like, Resident Evil 4. But, like, yeah, Trevor's right. In Resident Evil 2, she's like, oh, what's this thing? And in Code Veronica, which, to my recollection, only happens maybe a couple years later, she is... The first scene, she's literally running away from a helicopter, just shooting bullets at her, and she's, like, running down, like a glass hallway, like, ah! So, that's a big difference. In Resident Evil 4, Leon goes up the doors and just kicks them open.
And
so.
he does backflips over lasers.
He does backflips over lasers.
Literally.
Correct. Where in Resident Evil,
not a rookie
Resident Evil 2,
anymore.
he is literally... When you walk into his office, they're like, we had a great party set for you, rookie. I can't believe this happened. Look at this guy's face. Just look at this guy's face. It's actually kind of creepy. Like in the truck when you see it. Look at that. Do you know how to use one of these? Also, pretty darn good graphics.
I didn't know Leon was Snake.
Or
Now you're voicing
Batman.
him.
Ah!
Where did
Yeah.
he come from?
In this run, I'm gonna try to be doing a no save, A rank run. So this is going to be either a let's try or a let's play, because I'm
Let's
not
do
saving. If
something.
I die, we
It's
stop
over.
when I die. It's over. Look at this guy's face.
Uh-oh.
It's kind of hard to see, but he's like, I'm a zombie. And he was.
That wasn't creepy at all.
It was.
That was like one frame.
Yeah,
of
but that
his
was a creepy
face.
frame right there. Also, I always thought this was a good exposition for separating young lovers, Leon and Claire. Leon! Oh yeah, like one day, like less than one day takes place over this, and by the end, like, they don't, like, love each other, but they're, like, all hugging each other like they're best friends, and I'm like, okay.
Well, I mean,
Well, I
it's
mean-
a traumatizing
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
This isn't something that
Everyone
you know,
died. Literally everyone died.
They have to
Whatever.
love each other, 'cause if they don't love
Spoilers.
each other, they have nobody to
Steve
love.
dies in Code Veronica.
No!
Alright, let's see how I do. Oh, how do I play this game? These controls are stupid. Oh my god, what am I doing? What's that?
Dude, tank controls are the best.
Tank controls are the best. Based on Amusha, Resident Evil. You just know have to...
Onimusha, it kind of didn't work because that game's way too like action heavy.
Pro tip for this game. Run away from zombies.
No, you shoot all
No,
the zombies.
yeah, you shoot them all.
Shoot,
Oh
gotta
yeah,
shoot
that's
them
right.
all.
I'm supposed to shoot them
Gotta
all.
shoot
Now,
them
I have
all.
one question for you. Trevor.
Where's the tree? Oh.
No, it's...
Okay.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Why does he have a crossbow?
Thanks, sweet... No, what does he say? Just watch this.
Okay.
Just watch this. Just watch this. Sorry about that, babe. He literally just met her, and like he's like zombies everywhere. He's like, "Hey, babe."
And then he's like, "Blah." Don't get too attached to this character, folks.
This character is gonna be with me throughout the entire
Yep,
game.
the whole game.
Now, I could... There's two options here. Zombies are going to bust in. I could be stupid and stick around and kill all the zombies.
Could.
Wait, Trevor, no, I should pick up stuff.
Yeah.
There's a cool thing you can do. If you pick up no items until you get to police station, you see the zombie of Brad from the first Resident Evil, but I feel like actually beating the game. So, he has a crossbow, and if I decide to kill all 5 of those zombies, I could get a dumb crossbow, which actually sucks. Or I could just run away and not care.
I was very
and-
emotionally attached to that.
Oh,
guy.
he's dead!
Uh,
Here's a little information that I think maybe Brandon and John don't know. That those iconic door screens were, of course, added into the original game because it actually needed to load. And they're actually loading. Like, they're literally loading screens.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Oh.
interesting.
Yeah, it makes sense considering the kind of frame by frame. Everything's. a
Oh,
little
yeah, that's
tiny.
right. Resident
Yep.
Evil 2 doesn't have the quick
No,
turn.
no RE3.
whoa.
I literally just got sad that there is no quick turn.
Gotta shoot him.
Yeah, just
well.
go live.
Oh,
What are you doing? You could have got past him.
no!
Oh, come on!
Oh
Okay,
gosh!
this is a good...
Oh goodness!
Well,
I promise I'm not bad!
Yeah.
I promise
Get wrecked.
I'm not bad! Oh, God.
Dude, this always happens when you're like, let's do a cool run.
Yeah, it's
Like,
true.
eventually I want to do like Devil May Cry 3, and I'm good at that game, like really good. But I fears as if I try it, I'm just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna die to the first boss.
Which, the first boss is the hardest boss in the entire game. but-
Considering like all the items you have, like you have nothing.
Yeah.
It is, I would say, it's the hardest boss at the time.
Hey, you know what I like? Oops, I did not mean to do that. Do you know what I like about the first couple Resident
Did it
Evils?
say it was manufactured by HP?
What?
Browning.
Browning.
Okay.
Manufactured
I don't know
by
what that
HP.
means.
HP makes guns.
well, in a economy like this, you know, supply and demand, man.
Yeah.
Laptops don't need them. Guns
Give the
do
war
need 'em.
economy a chance. That's from Rising,
Yep.
which is later.
Metal Gear Rising.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Everyone in Rising has unnatural accents.
Yeah, they're all Batman.
He was like country Batman. It was really weird.
Yeah, it's different
Give
versions
the
of
war
Batman.
economy a chance, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
They all have the
Can't wait to play
manliest
that.
voices.
Yeah, I gotta play that, John.
But that game's cool.
Sounds
Based not Kojima. I have a lot of handgun bullets, and this is okay with me.
Look at what war has gave us.
Crawling zombie takes as many shots.
This is sexist.
She gets up.
I always wanted to pick up that briefcase I was right in there. I was like, what's in that briefcase? Is it memos?
It's
Okay,
real. That's where you find
this
it.
is one of the hardest screens in the game, IMO, to not get hit.
Don't get hit.
Got it.
Almost
GG.
Now I'm on
Caution already?
Shut up!
Wow.
Let's try. 10 minutes in. Spencer died. GG.
Oh, wow.
Well, I was already at 11, so.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I see. Oh, this is where Brad shows up if you do not pick up anything, and if you beat him, you get a key to wait for it. Get extra costumes.
Oh.
Don't you have to beat him with a knife, or can you shoot
I think you
him?
can just go back. No, can you leave? I forget if you can leave or not.
I don't know.
Regardless, you have to be pretty good. I guess that's the main thing. Does everyone remember the Raccoon City
Yeah, I always thought
police
the Master
station?
Key was like, you can open every door.
I was like, cool, I'll beat it. No. This place is still...
Is this handgun only run?
Oh, yeah. Pacifist run, don't want to kill any... Oh, I killed zombies.
Oh, well. Maybe next time.
No healing items, so I gotta be cautioned the entire game.
I remember in Resident Evil 4, I tried to do a handgun only with knife run. And I got to like chapter 4 or something like that, but then it just became way too hard.
You know what would make this game so much easier? If that ladder was down right away. That would be cool.
Yeah, and then...
Ladies and
Be
gentlemen,
over.
coming to the show, Officer Marvin Barra or something like that.
Oh, yeah, this guy. He's also pretty important. Yep. Get attached to this character.
Get attached to every character that's not Leon, Claire, and Sherry.
Yep. That's the only characters I get attached to.
I like how Capcom's like, what's Resident Evil? Because Resident Evil 6 has like 1 million characters, and you're like, why is there so many characters?
Well, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like Silent Hill. Silent Hill 1 and 2 had like 4 characters, and they would randomly show up at times.
I just don't understand if... Well, no, I get it that Capcom doesn't understand what Resident Evil is. Like, Resident Evil 2 is just like 2 random people surviving a zombie apocalypse, and then you play RE6, and it's like, good evening, Mr. President. It's like, it's not even the same thing.
I remember...
Zombies have killed the president. Leon, it's your job as a covert option, professionally trained guy with 1 million friends to exterminate the zombie menace. And you're like,
Are you a bad enough dude to avenge the president?
I remember, okay, so I played Resident Evil 6 about maybe 3 hours into Jake's quest, and Jake's is the worst quest by far. I can tell already without playing the other 2 quests, his is the worst, because Jake sucks as a character. Jake's like, Sherry, of course Sherry's back in the game, and she's a hot 20-year-old now, because that makes sense, cool.
Cool.
Dat fan service.
Dat fan service.
Fan
She's like, Jake, I need to tell you, your blood is the only antidote. Please let us take a vial of your blood. And he was like, $50 million is the price. And I don't know what happens yet. I'm sure Jake, the BA with the heart, will somehow have a heart of gold soon, or something. But yeah, like I'm just like, oh god. And the entire first hour. Let me tell you what happened in the first hour. There were about 50 QuickTime events. You are
Yep.
constantly running away from helicopter fire. That's cool.
Yeah, helicopters.
You definitely get on a helicopter and shoot down other helicopters.
At one point, you're on a motorcycle shooting down helicopters.
Then you're in the oh god, I hate that place. Then you are in where are you in? You're in the
Dude, I can't wait until you get to Chris's quest. Pretty much, it's like, here you go. Here's 1 million bullets and assault rifles and shotguns. Take down millions of zombies at the same time, and you're like, this is it. This is Resident Evil.
Right now I'm in the mountains. It's all snowy and stuff, and I was set on a fetch quest. Hey, watch this. 2236. Oh!
How'd you know that?
Whoa.
Do you
Okay.
know that's actually randomly generated, and Spencer just guessed it?
Oh my...
Do you want
No,
to
that
see something real
RNG.
cool? We'll use a lockpick. First aid spray. Should I
It's like you
take
played
it,
this
guys?
game before.
All or nothing, baby. A rank or bust.
Yeah.
Risk
if you,
it.
If you use first aid sprays, your rank goes down very heavily.
Dude, all or nothing.
Risk it.
Freaking YOLO. Forever.
Okay.
Watch this. Do you want to see a really cool secret? I'm not joking about this. You ready for this? Oh, he doesn't have a head. But what if he has bullets?
That would make sense because he's a
Okay.
cop.
Do you think I should run past the slicker?
Probably.
No, shoot it.
Shoot it. You
Yeah,
want me
just
to
shoot
shoot
at
it?
it a bunch of times until you die.
Ah!
What a nice
This thing scared me
cutscene.
so much as a youngin. But look at it, its brain is on the outside. Are lickers in any other Resident Evil game?
They're in Operation Raccoon City.
Oh yeah, that's right. That game is so mediocre. It hurts.
Oh yeah, Operation.
Yeah, and there's one room where it's on fire because I don't even know.
Oh man, there's a freaking green herb there, but I would have got hit.
Yeah, there's a room where it's on fire. I don't know why it's on fire. It's just
But
on
it
fire.
is.
You have to get out of it really quickly, and a million lickers swarm you. And
I
you're
know.
like, okay.
I barely remember that game.
That's
'cause
probably
it
the
was-
coolest thing I've ever heard in my entire
We
life.
beat it in like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only played it for about an hour and a half, and I was like 30% done, and I was like, wow, I'm glad this game's gonna be short. And then I never picked it up again because it was really, really generic.
Yep.
Also, it didn't even, like, play well at all. It wasn't even, like, a good Gears of War ripoff.
Oh,
That was pretty
nice
pro.
dodge.
Isn't it true that some of the enemies have randomly, changing, walk speeds?
Yes.
There are certain ones that are always, like, super fast, but...
Yes. And because I'm not going for a pure speed run, I am going to kill every zombie here because you have to come back here like 5-6 times. And I think there's one more zombie here.
Yep, in there. No?
Oh, that must be Resident Evil 3. See, that gets me confused sometimes because, do you think I should use both, Trevor, or save one for a red herb?
Use both.
Use both. Yeah, so what I was saying about Resident Evil 6 is right now I am in the mountains. I was sent on a stupid fetch quest to find 3 random pieces of some BS that I don't know what it is. I try to follow the story, but it's really boring. And then I get to a, like, wooded cabin, and they're like, so this is the place where you would use the key.
It's
to
not even like
replicate.
Capcom doesn't understand what Resident Evil is anymore. Like, if you play Revelations, that game is like, you're kind of like professionally trained, but you're set on a boat, and there's only one person with you. You have limited amount of weapons. At one point, you have no weapons at all.
Revelations
And
is
it's-
scary as crap, man.
And that game is good because it plays like Resident Evil.
Oh yeah, so for some reason in Resident Evil 6 they do the exact same thing as 4, in which that wooded mountain thing up in the cabin is like legitimately the exact same thing as a scene from Resident Evil 4 where you're just stuck in a cabin and there's a million monsters. But for some reason Resident Evil 6 is super gay. All right.
Puzzle time.
Tank controls. This is looking back on it the stupidest puzzle in the entire world.
Yeah.
Steal that jewel.
You can't put the copper one on the same side. You have to do it on the other side.
Yeah, and like at the end of the Resident Evil 4 one, somebody comes in and talks to you, and you continue on. At the end of the Resident Evil 6 one, they like start to break down the house, and you get on. Wait for it. You ready for this? Trevor knows this.
A helicopter.
No, you get on snowmobiles.
Dude, I don't even remember.
And you get on snowmobiles
Same
and,
thing.
and start like driving away, and you're like, "This is cool." And that's like all I said. I was like, "This is a game, I guess." And like I'm gonna play it more because I heard Leon's is really good, but it's
Leon's is good for the first half.
okay. It's gonna take me legitimately like, oh goodness, I don't know, a year to beat it maybe because I'm so uninterested in beating it.
Yep.
And like I don't know, it's just really, really.
I've
mediocre.
not started the fourth quest though. I locked it. I was like, I'm done.
Oh, I can get this.
Whoa,
And it's not
it
even a short
drops.
game. Like each campaign's like freaking 7 hours.
That's
long.
the worst part of it. It's a super long game. I remember in Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 is pretty long. I'd say like 10 hours maybe, Trev. It's a pretty long game.
Yeah,
And
first
at the end,
playthrough, I guess.
at the end you're like, well, the first playthrough, right? At the end you're like, man, I wish this game was longer. That would be a cool thing. And like Resident Evil 6, I'm like, is Jake's quest over yet? And I'm like an hour in. Oh, you have to fight this one boss where you just like, I don't know what you stupid. You just
Can you play with that?
Did you get to the part where you have to take on a tank?
Kristen.
That's a part, and you have to do something specific, and it keeps shooting at you, and it's impossible. And I don't know. It's just
Here's an
that
interesting
game.
Yeah, here's an interesting thing, guys. If
Check
you want,
that 100 times.
if you check this trash pile 100 times, you get a film that you can go down to the dark room and get developed, and it's just a picture of Rebecca from Resident Evil 1.
Huh.
That's
Scott-
randomly generated, right?
Yes, that was randomly generated. Here, if I was playing,
What's the other one that comes there? Is it a
Oh.
mag?
no, that is a grenade launcher, and you're
Oh.
thinking of Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3, everything
Dang
is
it.
randomly generated.
I like
yeah.
Resident Evil 3 better.
I do like Resident Evil 3 better, but I want to start with this one because it is To be completely honest, so much easier. I don't even
Yo,
know.
Resident Evil 3 is scary.
This is pretty much all these things are like, hey, Chief Irons, the guy you're gonna meet later, is pretty bad. He's a bad dude with a heart of gold. He doesn't have a heart of gold.
We should do Clock Tower as a playthrough.
Actually, we are gonna do that at some
Okay.
point. Yeah, that game. We'll probably do
Clock Tower
part
2?
Both of them.
We'll probably do parts 1 and 2, scenarios 1 and 2 in one part, and then scenario 3 in its own sitting. Because unless I sit there with a guide, yeah. But I would like to briefly discuss Resident Evil 2 versus 3 because Trevor and I have for some whatever reason, very unpopular opinions that 3 is vastly superior to 2. And my argument is...
I still think first is the best. Spencer's opinion is that the third is the best. I still find the first Resident Evil to be the best because of how it's played.
Ah!
You
got scared, dude.
you got scared.
Brandon, pay attention.
I got so scared. Ah! I don't know why.
No, you were
I was like, because
You
I
were
was
scared.
not
Scared because it was scary.
I was
That is
scared.
why you were scared.
I was scared. I was not scared. I was just
That's words.
Yep, words. Time to kill the liquor.
Yeah, you have so much. You should definitely be less stingent on.
Before
Yeah,
going to
no,
Resident Evil
because
2
you always
versus
have so
3,
much.
it has been proven in the past, and people don't believe me, that you can kill every single zombie in the game after the police station with including the police station with the ammo you get. In the beginning, yeah, it's scarce because you can't go back and kill those ones, but you can kill every single enemy in the entire game if you use your weapons well.
Because at the end of the game, you're like, I better save this up for specific things, and then at the end of the game, you have like 50 acid rounds and like 30 magnum bullets, and you don't even use like a fourth of them.
It legitimately happens all the time. So that is a true thing. So I think Resident Evil 3 does everything better. It only has one quest, but it's a heck of a lot longer. It has Nemesis, who, honestly, is just one of the best bosses. He's just amazing. He appears randomly. He's really hard. It's cool. It's not too difficult.
It actually makes the game scary.
It makes the game ridiculously scary because Resident Evil 2, I know it's coming at all times, all the time. I might still die because it's hard. It's a hard game, but I know it's coming. Resident Evil 3, I could be in this room and Nemesis could just appear because I'm taking too long. That's freaking frightening. That's a great idea. A lot of the items are randomly generated, which makes it a lot it adds stuff.
A lot
to
of
it.
rooms randomly generated.
Yep.
Like there's one specific room where there could be dogs, and there's another. And what's the other one? Or is there zombies?
There's a bunch of it where there could be a bunch of zombies
I'm
or
thinking of the one where
2 hunters.
Yeah. So you can get extremely lucky or unlucky.
And even for major stuff, the place I just got the grenade launcher earlier, when you go there as Jill, it's either the grenade launcher or the Magnum. And honestly, because it's so early in the game, you really, really hope it's the grenade launcher because it's so much more useful against non-boss things. But it's really interesting. They also have, I think, the best thing about the game is the gunpowder thing. You find normal items places, but you also find gunpowder, and if you mix the gunpowder together, you can make certain things, which is just cool. I think it's really, really cool. That is my opinion on that. End of Let's Play.
Goodbye. Die now.
I was scared when I was in Caution. I still might die, but if I don't get through the police station, I'm gonna kill myself.
As a description for this video, I'm just gonna say Resident Evil 3 is a cool game.
But it's one of those things. It's one of those things I'll just have to deal with. Just kind of like Ocarina of Time and Final Fantasy VII, where when someone brings up a certain series, they'll always be like, "Oh, Resident Evil 2 is the best," and I'll be like, "Did you play the original or 3?" "No, I just played 2, but it's the best." And sometimes they've even played them, and I'm like, "Tell me why?" Because Resident Evil 2 is great. I love it. It's fantastic. It's a cool game for cool people.
Is it?
But you know.
But
poop my butt. Whatever.
But
3 just does it better. Also, 3 has branching paths, which is kind of cool. But I would say if I had to rank it today, I think, not counting Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil Remake on the GameCube is probably the best one. Because that game is so freaking scary. It's so hard. Crimson Heads, if you kill zombies, they can come back and get you later.
You have to be so strategic. You have to do a headshot or you have to incinerate their bodies. If you don't do either one of those, if you come back within 10 minutes later, and in that game you backtrack a lot, but it's not specifically bad. It's not bad backtracking, but you're locked into one area, and if you come back like 10 minutes later, it'll be Crimson Head, which are the worst.
They are just the worst. They're so much faster than normal zombies. If anyone out there has never checked out Resident Evil Remake, do so. It's good. What are you lunging at me for, boy?
You know what? Resident Evil 1 remake, not remake for GameCube, but the other one, the DS one, is actually pretty good too.
Yeah, it really is.
It looks really pretty horrible looking, like graphically, but it's still like it plays good.
I really like that I'm playing as Claire, because if you're playing as Leon, I believe there's just like 8 zombies in this room, so it's just kind of easier. I do miss Leon. Trevor just made the hand motion. Hold on. Look at the hand motions. Pay attention. And when they talk, sometimes they'll just put it up like they're kind of giving like an open palm. And you're like, what do you want? what do you want?
So much body movement.
So much body movement. Watch this. Vunt.
Head nod.
I need to do job interviews in this style of body motion. That is just the bottom line. I will get every job.
I don't get a chance to talk about it too much because nobody really cares, but I guess if someone's watching a horror Let's Play, then they'll care. I honestly think the older games are much scarier for horror games, and it's really strange, and it's counterintuitive.
Yeah, you'd think more graphically. Well, what's happening is that they could make really scary games, but there's no market for it. They want to sell the game like millions of copies.
Even like, alright, the original Dead Space is a scary game, but it's mostly because stuff jumps out at you. It's not like...
Yeah,
it's not like... Brandon,
I don't know why I'm sorry. I don't know why. I did not. It's just automatic response.
Continue. Let's continue.
Oh, give me 1 sec.
Dead Space 1 was scary, but only because...
It was scary, and it had good.
But that game, you can kill everything.
Yeah, you can kill everything very easily. It was mostly jump scares. It's a really good game, but dude, go back and play like Silent Hill 1, and it's just creepy. You feel creeped out. Like if you're in a house, even if it was us 4, I'm sure we'd all be like, why are those little kids like knifing you in the knees? Like
There's little kids doing anything though, I'd argue that's pretty horrifying.
Yep.
And if they aren't smart enough to put little kids doing terrible things in new horror games, they're just missing out. That's all there is to it.
That is you are absolutely correct. It's so counterintuitive, and it just has to do with what people want. People just want Resident Evil being all like, "Hey, man,
it's a first-person shooter with zombies."
So I don't know.
Third-person shooter, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand why people's like, fear is so scary. Like you're given a shotgun with millions of bullets. You fight like military, and at random times it's just like, oh look, it's a little girl. I guess sometimes.
Little girls are scary.
Also, that game's awful.
Fear, some people I know talked it up so much, and
Stay down.
I played it. Now, granted, I played it in like 2009, and it came out in 2005, but still, it was not a good game, and it wasn't scary. Like, I'm sorry for any Fear fans out there, but not only was it just a game where I just tried to survive from point A to checkpoint B, but it wasn't scary at least, besides a little girl showing up.
It does deserve one award, though. The most gray game ever made. Everything is gray in that game.
I don't know about that. Gears of War could...
That's true.
Gears of War is pretty gray. It's pretty gray.
Pretty gray. There's a little green in there.
Times of gray.
Some darker shades of green. More grayish greens. Yeah. But...
Gears of War is, if that game only existed the first one, and it was only people playing...
Brandon,
it would have been really cool.
Are you ready for the new Gears of War trilogy?
Nope. I hope it doesn't exist.
Is it actually supposed to be a thing?
I don't know.
We're just guessing that Gears
guess.
of War is going to do the same thing that Halo did. Like, Gears of War 3 was supposed to be the idea of the trilogy, but they're making Judgment, which is Halo Reach.
Yeah.
And then Microsoft's going to be like, please make more money, and then they'll make a new trilogy.
Yeah, that's pretty much...
I hope it doesn't happen.
I really...
Didn't
I'm
Cliffy...
going to say 90% chance that's going to happen.
Didn't Cliffy B recently leave?
Who's that?
Cliff
You're getting that
Brzezinski.
phone.
I am not grabbing that phone.
Can
That
you
is
get that phone?
upstairs. No, thank you.
Can you get that phone?
That is me talking to Brandon.
Can
No.
you get that phone?
That person on the phone. Are you finished with those errands yet?
But Bobby.
Fun fact about my phone: I put the avatar thing on Android